Hey, don't think. Just buy the new phone, yaar. Phone baad mein. First, build your emergency fund. Look, I'm pretty sure this exact conversation is happening in your head right now too. Should you treat yourself after a salary hike? Or should you be more responsible and build your wealth? And honestly, the answer is a little bit of both. Today we are going to talk about exactly how to restructure your salary after a hike so that your wealth grows and your lifestyle improves at the same time. Before we get into it though, hit like, subscribe to the channel and let's go. Okay, so the very first thing I want you to do, and this is the most difficult thing, is absolutely do nothing. For the first 30 days after your hike, do absolutely nothing. Don't upgrade your phone. Don't move to a better flat. Don't even get that Netflix premium plan you have been eyeing. Just sit with it for a month. And I will tell you why. After every salary hike, something happens that the financial world calls lifestyle creep. And the sneaky thing about it is you never see it coming. It starts with ordering in a couple of extra times a week. Then you get the Zomato Gold membership. Then a new watch because hey, you deserve it. And 4 months later, the new salary is coming in, but your savings are exactly where they were before. And sometimes even lower. So rule number 1, wait for 30 days. Let the salary hit your account twice before you make any decision. And in those 30 days, honestly audit where you actually stand financially. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1, is my emergency fund enough? 2, will my term insurance actually keep my family financially secure if something happens to me? And 3, do I have any high interest debt running, like outstanding credit card debt? The answer to these 3 questions will tell you your next step. Alright, so once you have done the audit, now what? This is where most people go wrong. The moment a hike comes in, they immediately increase their SIP or start new investments. Which isn't bad to be honest, but there is a specific order to this. First, emergency fund. If your emergency fund right now covers less than 3 months of expenses, the first chunk of your hike needs to go here. Your target should be 6 months of essential expenses like rent, groceries, EMIs, utilities. So for example, if your essential monthly expenses are 40,000, your emergency fund target is 2.4 lakh minimum. Now, where should you actually keep the money? Split it 3 ways. 30% in your regular savings account so you can access it instantly if needed. 40% in liquid mutual funds. These give you around 6% returns on the average and you get your money back within 1 or 2 working days. And the remaining 30% in a sweep-in FD. What you don't want to do is to keep your emergency fund in equity mutual funds, PPF or ELSS. These are either locked or too volatile. And in an actual emergency, you need that money right away, not after a lock-in period. Second step after your emergency fund, term life insurance. If you don't have one, get it this month. Seriously, open a policy comparison website today itself. The simple rule is that your cover should be at least 10 times your annual income. So if you are earning rupees 10 lakh a year, you need at least 1 crore in cover. And if you already have a term plan, review it after every hike. If you had 1 crore cover at a 10 lakh salary, you should be looking at 1.2 crore now that you are at 12 lakh. And here is the thing. For a healthy 30-year-old, 1 crore of cover costs somewhere between 800 to 1600 per month. That's it. There is really no reason not to have this in place, especially if you are the sole earner in your family. Third step, clear your high interest debt. Credit card outstanding. Personal loan at 18 to 20% interest that gets paid off before any investment. No mutual fund is going to consistently beat 36% credit card interest, which is why it's important to clear these debts for your own peace of mind. Okay, now your foundation is set. Now let's talk about your next step. Everyone already knows the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and investments. But here is the specific formula that most people miss when a hike comes in. Most people after a hike just increase every category proportionally. Needs go up a little, wants to go up a little, and savings go up a little too. That's the wrong approach. The right move is to increase savings and investments first and then lifestyle second. 50% of your hike goes to savings, 30% to needs, and 20% to wants. Okay, let me break it down for you. Say your take home before the hike was 50,000. After the hike, it becomes 65,000. So you have 15,000 extra every month. Now split that 15,000 like this. 50% of 15,000, that's 7,500, goes straight into savings and investments. 30% of 15,000, that's 4,500, goes to needs. And 20% of 15,000, that's 3,000, goes straight to wants. Eating out, weekends, that OTT subscription you have been waiting for. So your new budget looks like this. Needs go from 25,000 to 29,500, wants go from 15,000 to 18,000, and savings go from 10,000 to 17,500. Now let's also look at how your savings and investments will look like. Before the hike, your take home was 50,000 and savings 10,000. Your SIP, which is your main wealth building tool, was 6,000. Emergency fund top up was 2,500 every month until you hit 6-month target. And NPS or PPF 1,500 for tax savings and long-term security. After the hike, savings are now 17,500. So here is how you should split it. Your SIP goes from 6,000 to 11,000. The biggest jump should always be here. Emergency fund top up goes from 2,500 to 3,500. If you have already hit 6 months, you can stay at 2,500. NPS or PPF goes from 1,500 to 3,000 because you should always keep building that retirement corpus. So in total, your 17,500 in savings would be divided like this. 11,000 in SIP, 3,500 in emergency top up, and 3,000 in NPS or PPF. Your savings almost double, and within those savings, it's very important to properly distribute every penny. Now let's talk about SIPs. So we just saw that your savings went from rupees 10,000 to 17,500 rupees. And within that, the SIP went from 6,000 to 11,000 rupees. That's almost an 83% jump in SIP amount. A lot of people think about SIP step-ups as just as 5 or 10% annual increase. But when you properly restructure your entire budget after a hike, the SIP jump is naturally much bigger. That's exactly how it should be. So every time a hike comes in, put at least 60 to 70% of your extra savings into your SIP. Split the rest between your emergency fund and NPS. Now let me show you why this actually matters so much with numbers that genuinely surprised me when I first saw them. According to a recent study, if you had started rupees 1,000 per month SIP in the nifty large mid cap 250 back in 2005, here is what you would have in 2024. Regular SIP with no step up would give you a corpus of 12.6 lakh. A 5% annual step up would give you 17 lakh. A 15% annual step up would give you 35 lakh. And a 25% annual step up would give you 84.5 lakh. Same starting amount, same market. The only difference is that one person stepped up their SIP every year and the other didn't. Do you see why this matters so much? This is what everyone calls the power of compounding. The longer you do this consistently, the bigger the gap becomes. Okay, now let's summarize the entire video. 1. When the hike comes in, wait 30 days. Use that time to audit your actual financial position. 2. Review and build your emergency fund. Target is 6 months of your essential expenses, split across savings accounts and liquid funds and sweep in FD. 3. Review your term insurance and increase cover proportionally with your new salary. 4. If you have any high interest debt, that gets cleared first before anything else. 5. Restructure your new take home using the 50-30-20 rule. But remember, 50% of the hike goes to savings, 30% to needs, 20% to wants, not equal proportions. 6. Step up your SIP. At least 60 to 70% of your extra savings should go here. Let compounding do the rest. And honestly, the hardest part of all of this are those first 30 days. When the excitement is high and every part of you wants to enjoy the hike. If you can get through those 30 days with a proper plan in place, the rest of the year takes care of itself. If this video gave you even one thing you didn't know before, hit like and subscribe for more real, no fluffy money content built for India. See you in the next one.